Whispers from Beyond Time. Part 3. The darkness moved. Amelia's heart pounded in her chest as she sprinted through the twisting corridor, Lena's hand gripping hers tightly. Behind them, Marcus and Harlan's frantic footsteps echoed off the stone walls. The whispers chased them, growing louder, more desperate. "Keep running," Amelia shouted, her voice barely audible over the rising hum of ancient voices. The corridor twisted and buckled beneath their feet. The stone floor, warping like molten wax, shadows slithered along the walls, forming shapes that twisted and contorted before vanishing into the gloom. The air grew heavier, colder. Marcus stumbled, falling to his knees. I can't," he gasped, clutching his chest. Harlan grabbed his arm, hauling him to his feet. "Move! We have to move!" They pushed forward, the passage narrowing. The walls pressed in, the shadows closing tighter around them. Amelia's headlamp flickered, casting eerie flashes of light across the walls. The symbols carved into the stone twisted and shifted as if alive. Suddenly, they emerged into a vast chamber. The ceiling arched high above, vanishing into darkness. The walls were lined with massive stone pillars, each one carved with intricate patterns that seemed to pulse and writhe in the flickering light. At the center of the chamber stood a massive stone dais, and upon it, the dark crystal. Amelia's breath caught in her throat. The crystal pulsed, its light casting long shadows across the floor. The whispers grew deafening, swirling around them like a storm. "What is this place?" Lena whispered, her voice trembling. "A tomb," Harlan replied, eyes wide with fear. "Or a prison." The crystal pulsed again, and the shadows shifted. From the darkness, a shape emerged. It moved slowly, its form shifting and flickering like smoke. It had no face, no features, only darkness, and the faint outline of a figure long forgotten. The whispers emanated from it, each word echoing through the chamber. Time unravels. The sleeper wakes. Amelia stepped back, her mind racing. The inscriptions said those who disturbed the sleeper would be claimed by time. "We have to stop it." "How?" Marcus asked, voice shaking. "We don't even know what it is." Amelia's eyes darted to the carvings on the walls. "The symbols. They're a ritual, a binding. We need to complete it." Harlan hesitated, then nodded. "What do we do?" "Form a circle around the crystal," Amelia instructed, her voice steady despite the fear clawing at her throat. "Repeat the symbols as I read them. They moved quickly, positioning themselves around the dais. Amelia traced the symbols with her fingers, speaking the ancient words aloud. The crystal pulsed, the shadows writhing and twisting. Time bends, the sleeper stirs. The whispers hissed. The chamber trembled, the stone beneath their feet cracking. The shadows surged toward them, reaching out with cold, invisible fingers. The darkness pressed against Amelia's skin, icy tendrils curling around her arms. "Keep going," she shouted. The symbols glowed faintly, their light pushing back the darkness. The crystal pulsed faster, its light growing brighter. The shadows screamed, writhing and twisting as they were pulled toward the crystal. Suddenly, the chamber went silent. The crystal shattered. A deafening roar filled the air as the darkness was sucked into the void where the crystal had been. The walls trembled, and the chamber began to collapse. Amelia grabbed Lena's hand, pulling her toward the exit. "Run!" They sprinted through the crumbling corridor, the walls shaking, stones falling all around them. The whispers faded, replaced by the deafening sound of stone grinding against stone. They burst into the night air just as the ruins collapsed behind them, a cloud of dust rising into the starry sky. For a long moment, they stood in silence, staring at the ruins. "Is it over?" Marcus asked, his voice barely above a whisper. Amelia looked at the darkened ruins, the cold wind brushing against her face. "I hope so," she said softly. But somewhere, deep beneath the sands, a whisper echoed. Time bends.